Hard to explain it. My heart is racing, and I can't take it anymore. I just want you around me, kissing me softly. Our bodies taking control. When you look at me, it's hard to breathe. It's ecstasy. The way you feel me, I have no control. When you're touching me, it's hard to leave. It feels so free. It's an awakening. Just don't let go.
You got my mind, it's not to love me better. Why do you and soul, I'll let you feel mine. Come on, let's let our mind and bodies intertwine. Come on over if you wanna have a good time. We won't play around, but now's the time to cross the line. Show me what's inside that soul, I'll let you feel mine. Come on, let's let our mind and bodies intertwine.
Wanna hold me like you used to, but I keep saying we're done. Guess this meant more to you than I thought. I needed you just for fun. Ooh, I kinda like it, this game you play of catch and release. Ooh, I wanna try it, to let you come on closer to me. So I say, my mama told me not to lie to you, but I think that I'm hopeless. My mama told me to play nice with you, but I just can't seem to focus.
Hello, welcome everybody. We're down to the Commonwealth Esports Championships. Joining me is going to be Lightstruck Dota, will be your casters and commentators for this event. And Lightstruck Dota, please fill me in. How are you feeling about this event?
I'm super excited about this event. It's the inaugural Commonwealth Esports Championships, and we have some exciting teams taking part in it. We'll be covering the Open men's Dota and as well as the women's Dota 2 from Wales and England, both. And we have the group stage today, and we have uh, the semifinals tomorrow and the grand finals and the finals in over the weekend. So I'm super hyped.
Nice. Some exciting Dota to watch out for, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, what I know is Dota 2 Open is going to have only two teams of each group qualifying to playoffs. So that means four teams will be qualifying, for the semifinals. That is going to be tomorrow. And for Dota 2 Women, since it's only 5 participating teams, it's going to be a round robin situation where top 4 progresses to playoffs directly into the semifinals, and then they'll be facing off into the finals for the final victory. So, what do you think about the Dota 2 Open men's participants? Whom would you consider as one of the stacked teams or a strong teams to watch out for?
I think England is pretty strong. Uh, in case you don't know, England has a lot of pretty well-known players across like international Dota scene. We
Mm-hmm.
have D Governor, who's a professional analyst. So I guess
Mm-hmm.
he would probably be like a mind of the team. And then we have Tanner,
Mm-hmm.
who's a Division One player. We have Xantic, who's also a pretty stacked Division One player. We have Symmetrical, who just recently played in Division One for Western Europe, and we have Crescent. This team looks really stacked, uh, uh, and I think they would be my favorites to win the group stage.
I wouldn't say no to those favorites because, believe it or not, those are my favorites too to take away the championship. Especially to consider the fact that they have been playing against some Dota Pro Circuit matches like Team Secret, uh, Team OG, and playing against the best in the world is gonna put you in a position of powerful Dota quality execution and teamwork as well. So yeah, definitely need to watch out for Team England. Those are definitely looking to be the favorites at Commonwealth Esports Championship. And let's talk a little bit about Dota 2 women as well, because I do know for a fact that a lot of these players from Dota 2 women have been streaming, grinding on their streams, and doing endless, effortful work for Dota 2, especially for women to have the encouragement to play video games. We have Dota 2 support coming from Dota 2 Valkyries. So I look forward to their games as well. A couple of qualifiers which you did qualify. Can you give some insight about those for England and Wales?
So we have from the Dota 2 women's team, the England team, we have Ruby Dora, we have Kernel, we have Belmiku, we have Always Changing, and we have Gimmick. And these are really stacked players. I kind of watched them qualify to this stage, and they've been
Mm-hmm.
trying really hard to get to this point and making a name for themselves. So they definitely are the team to look out for. But
Mm-hmm.
that being said, the Wales team also looks very strong for the women's team. It consists of Mrs. Nesbitt, Song 45, Peachy Bell,
Mm-hmm.
Wishful Kid, and Nadia Rocks, and Flair. And these are also pretty strong teams. I've been following them as well. I watched them, actually casted them getting to this point as well. and they definitely put on a show. So I think they're the dark horse to win this whole thing. So I would definitely not count them out.
Completely acknowledge that. And hey, some of the players have been actually immortal rank global leaders on their respective divisions of regional servers. So that is a force to be reckoned with when it comes to this competition. Uh, that's just solo MMR. So when you put down all these elements coming from these different regions and cities, and you gel them down into a unit of 5, that's definitely a team to be considering for the championship. England is specifically looking very promising, but I wouldn't count any of the other teams out because I do happen to know that they seem to be grinding endless hours of Dota. So let's jump into that very soon. And looking forward to the games. Can I just know the first game that we'll be covering? It's going to be between England and Wales. Is that right?
Yeah, so we're going to be covering the Open Dota team uh, between Wales and England. So that's going to comprise of the T Governor, Tanner, Azantic, Symmetrical Chrysson. Uh, that's the England team, and the Wales team is going to be Iggy, Dai, Cook, Renayo or Dirox, Neb, and Volition. So that's gonna be starting soon.
Looking
And
forward to that. So, considering this current patch and meta, which hasn't been updated or changed, we'll be jumping into the game straight up, which will be the draft for the Dota 2 Open Men's match. Dota 2 Open match, and let's look forward to that, Lightstruck. If you have anything to add, which you'd be excited about, because I'm sure as much pumped to cast these games and get out all my Dota energy out to the audience, and this should be amazing.
so from the Wales team, I haven't followed them a lot, but I would not count them out. They have done as much as the other teams have done to get here, and I definitely would give them a good shot. It's also to notice that all the teams have coaches as well, and it's really important
Right.
that the coach standard it just kind of gives you this extra seriousness that you put into the game, where you know that even though you're just 5 players now comprising of a team representing your state, your country, and now you're taking it to a next level in which you really do want to win, and it just gels very well together. It doesn't even matter at that point whether you're the highest MMR or the lowest, because at that point you're just playing as a team as 5. So you're comprised in an average rather than just being an individual. And I think
So,
that credit, Wales could also be a big competitor to the England team. So I'm looking forward to this match coming up. I do want to see what they have to show us, and I hope to see good Dota.
yes, certainly. Some amazing national Dota coming from all the teams is what we're looking for. So let's look forward to that. The drafts will be underway soon, and we'll be back with the short break. Please do not leave us for the Commonwealth Esports Championships. Me, Axe Cokes, will be joining with Lightstruck Dota and getting you on with some spicy Dota action. Thank you.
Hard to explain it. My heart is racing, and I can't take it anymore. I just want you around me, kissing me softly. Our bodies taking control. When you look at me, it's hard to breathe. It's ecstasy. The way you feel me, I have no control. When you're touching me, it's hard to leave. It feels so free. It's an awakening. Just don't let go.
All right, we're here. We're watching Wales versus England, and we see straight into the game. We have a Warlock and a Bristleback. A Bristleback is really, really strong this meta, uh, almost unstoppable. Uh, and we have Zeus as well, and Dawnbreaker. Oh, England looks really, really strong with this draft. They even have a Batrider. I suppose I would go mid. And meanwhile, we have Wales with
Right.
Marcy, which is a really strong hero right now. I feel like in order to catch and outposition heroes like Zeus and Dawnbreaker, Warlock even, Marcy is going to be extremely useful. And it does seem like they're going in that direction with the patch as well. Next would be really amazing to scout out and initiate with his invisibility. And a similar thing can be said about Visage as well. And Ursa feels like a rounded out uh, hero to then deal with the damage issues that they kind of have. So I'm looking forward to a good tussle or like a good fight from the
Right.
top lane.
Yeah.
Uh,
At the top lane, the existence of possibility of first blood is there. And at
yeah,
bottom lane, we see that the Nyx is already starting with the boots of speed. Tanner is gonna be the crystal back against a Visage. So Cook is gonna be the offlaner for Team Wales.
already seeing something happening top lane. There's a lot of
Yeah, some
trading
action
going on.
happening.
The Zeus does decide to go for uh, the Q, and
Eh,
there's a lot of damage to the Marcy as well. We see in the mid lane, Batrider is leading with last assist as well. So yeah, that definitely does feel like a Batrider favored lane. Although Pudge can't really die that easily if he's careful with his flesh heap. But if he uses it too fast or like if he gets forced to use it, then Batrider can easily kill him.
hmm.
Uh, as we see
What do
from
you think about this Dawnbreaker pickup from England? Because, already Bristleback is like a difficult hero to deal with. And on top of that, you have a heal and a global damage coming in from. Oh, wait a second. The first blood gets drawn out. Dawnbreaker just throws his spells and is gonna take down Tide. RC is gonna fall. First blood down to Team England.
Yeah. So what I think is that Dawnbreaker is definitely a first pick material hero, regardless of what was going on in the draft. So if you get it, then it's amazing to have. The hero just provides a lot. Uh, he the hero provides healing and damage to uh, close the gap as well. Like the hero just has a lot, and its global presence even then. Uh, it's a tanky hero. It's really good in lane. The hero just does it all without really giving any downsides. So it's an excellent first pick, and as you can see, it's also leading in last hits right now. Even that first blood was not really that hard for symmetrical to get in. So you can
Exactly.
see.
Symmetrical is just strong by default. The hero is paired with Zeus, like you're gonna slow them down with the jump, and there's a lot of damage coming from Arc Lightning too.
We see
Oh,
the
they're gonna try it again. He's just able to back off to safety.
So in that lane, we see a lot of action because the Dawnbreaker, all he has to do is press one Starbreaker. If it lands, Zeus does a ton of damage, and it's really hard for them to escape because of the heavenly jump, as it slows 100% as well from the other 99 things as it does. So that spell is kind of broken right now. You couldn't tell. We do
Certainly,
see
certainly.
a lot of
What do you
stickies
think
coming
about
on
the
this
Pudge
patch.
and Batrider matchup at mid? Surely Pudge should have a rough time, but instead he's the one leading on the last hit.
So I mentioned this before, but Pudge doesn't really care that much about the Batrider compared to other matchups. But if he does use his Flesh Heap, weirdly or gets forced to use it and he doesn't have it, then it definitely favors Batrider a little more. But currently, Pudge has a lot of damage to CS, and he does deal with Batrider piece fairly well compared to other matchups. So he's leading
I
in
see. So the
last
tankiness
season.
is kind of off because of this flesh heap which you can scale up, right? Oh, wait a
Yes,
second.
you
Uh,
see symmetrical get under tower. Well,
just trying to give the movement speed buff to the Ursa. Iggy is trying to get some Fury swipes damage out on the Dawnbreaker, but is not able to exactly fight. This is a huge Dawnbreaker. He actually gets away to the south side of the map. Iggy's trying to make a jump on him. Dawnbreaker is gonna fall, and Iggy will lose his life with that. The 2 points in dispose is coming out to be huge for Team Wales, and Iggy will make sure that he kills symmetrical, then he dies, which is kind of a good trade for
that
Wales
was
at the top
a
lane.
really close engagement over there. It could have gone in either way, in my opinion. The only thing that put Wales in an advantage over there was them holding on their stick. So the magic stick really came clutch, and
Yeah,
symmetrical then
yeah.
came
The
into a
Magic
bad.
one did do some magical things for symmetrical over there. He could have probably edged it out if he had more points in luminosity, but unfortunately, it's just Ursa, Fierce Types. Oh, the hook is nearly there on the Batrider. Pudge is gonna be inches away. That was a good
I
attempt
think
at mid.
that was a siege creep hook, anyways. So it Pudge's hook insta kills the siege creep as well. So it's a good way
Right.
to nullify the
Just
push
wanted to
coming
deal
in.
with the sieging coming in from the Batrider's side and
Yeah,
just clear out the wave.
right. So we see from Visage, uh, they they're doing pretty decently in this lane. Uh, as I say that, Tanner goes up ahead on them, and Pudge bottles the
The
region room.
regeneration rune is gonna be hooked. He's gonna
But
land a lasso. He's trying to cliff him, but he's short of the duration on the lasso. And Pudge is just gonna get fired down. He's gonna get dismembered. Batrider. He's still gonna get the kill. Oh, that was a really good attempt there. But
yeah, so that's what
unfortunately,
I
Pudge.
mean by Pudge misusing the flesh heap a little bit. So he didn't
Mhm.
have it for that engagement in the start, and by the time he got it, it was too late.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
symmetrical
symmetrical
just
picks.
gets a solo kill on Iggy. My goodness, look at this damage. Vale's Cook is gonna start running away. Tanner is chasing them down below the tier 2 tower. He's probably gonna settle down to cut the creep wave. Oh, the spike carapace, it is stunned Tanner. The hook
Uh,
misses. The dismember is gonna be on point. Nyx loses his life.
Warlock's still alive.
Tanner's
Man,
still alive.
symmetrical is here now, but he's kind of late. He's caught between three people now. He has to run away. Will be able to run away successfully unless Marcy has something to say about it.
That was a great rotation coming from Iggy. I mean, he did provide the assistance to get those two kills, one of them being the core kill on Tanner. Warlock heals are going to be a bit of problems later on for Vale's team. Ads, meanwhile, is just gonna farm the jungle with his lasso, with his stacks, and is gonna get a lot of neutrals cleared out. The bottle refill comes in from Kryzen. That's amazing.
Right. We do see Zeus scouting out for some wards now. Tumblr's toy being picked up by the Pudge is going to be a little bit more useful to close the gap. And a haste rune spawns as well. So Bad Rider looking to bottle that haste rune and maybe look for a kill on the top lane. Or maybe
Yeah,
in
the
the
top
middle or
tower
in
has
the...
already been taken down because of the
They,
pressure from Dawnbreaker. Oh, the lasso comes in. It's gonna catch, and the spike carapace. Nyx is not having enough levels to sustain any kind of team fight ability. Eki is just gonna lose his life to Ari, who's gonna bolt him down with the arc lightnings. Oh, chaotic fight breaking down for Vales. They lose 3.
yeah, the haste rune pickup was really big for the Batrider. Just gave him the freedom to go in, and the Thunder God's Wrath also gives them like amazing vision right now. But Batrider is kind of lost in the woods right now, and he's gonna go
Oh,
down.
he just shreds apart the Batrider. He's gonna lose his life, and Pudge is gonna be able to dismember the Zeus. That surely looks better for Wales compared to what just broke out as the previous team fight. And looks like Wales is keeping up on the leads part, but they need to keep tabs on the Bristleback and Dawnbreaker, who might be really difficult to deal with later in the game.
Yeah, so this is probably one of the most strongest aspects of Dawnbreaker right now is that she just farms really, really fast with little to no effort. Both of her spells are really amazing to farm neutral camps and creeps as well. So, like you can see, she's miles ahead of everybody else in the game, and
Certainly, symmetrical is too far ahead.
yeah, and it's also going to be impactful if they decide to go for a more core build,
Mhm.
where this the Starbreaker build where you could just really almost kill anybody in a combo, and that just
Correct.
feels amazing. But they do
And
decide to go for the
symmetrical is straight
BKB.
up going for a BKB, so no problems coming in from the Marcy, the Pod Slow, or Nyx being a bit of a bothersome thing when it comes to his second spell, where he can actually
Uh,
stun him and just impale him, so they can actually disengage. So BKB is
uh,
gonna be the pickup.
Nyx is traditionally a big counter to Dawnbreaker because she can't just ulti to any location. Nyx can just go in and carapace it and it gets cancelled. So a pickup like BKB is essential for Dawnbreaker to go when you're facing a Nyx assassin. And it's pretty good versus the Visage and Marcy as well. So I do like Symmetrical's pickup on the BKB. It does give him the freedom of being able to do what he wants to in team fights. And since he has such a
Hmm.
big lead, it does make sense to go for that. Tanner is going to get
Right.
this power now, but they are going
Oh, but
to.
does it come at the cost of his life? Iggy is in trouble. The quills are stacking up. Although he has used his enrage, he might be in a bit of trouble. The heals are dropping. Tanner, he's gonna get dismembered and he's gonna lose his life. Iggy, who did fall down to Tanner, is first gonna take his life and then lose his life. Next is gonna try to stun. Oh, he's successful with the spike carapace. Batrider, he's still alive. He's going to use his lasso, and that's going to be the end of it. How could Kryzen get double kill over there with Warlock's Golem? Huge team fight.
Yeah, so one of the biggest takeaways from the team fight. Oh, wait, it's not over yet. The hook comes out, but
Oh, they're still going.
it's just fast. It's too fast. Can't catch up.
Oh, that was
Uh,
close.
Right. So one of the biggest takeaways from that fight was that Symmetrical tried to join it. He had a really good ultimate going on three heroes, but the next assassin came in and just pressed Carapace, and all of a sudden it's a 5v4 fight, and now your strongest, highest net worth hero is not there in that fight anymore. So it was kind of a cluster for England to take that fight then. But
Hmm.
they managed to get a little bit lucky on the bat rider
Yeah, and Batrider just clutching
and
on that low HP. Like, he did not use the lasso. So he ended up using the lasso, and then he did manage to save himself from the hook. Too much movement speed, like you were saying, is definitely something that helped. Right now, the biggest problem for Team Wales is going to be the Bristleback because, hey, even if you get the BKB on Pudge, is there a way that this guy can be broken and let alone the heals be answered coming from the Dawnbreaker? Because that would be a lot of damage and that would be a lot of sustain. Lightstroke, what do you think about this Bristleback not being countered with any Silver Edge carrier just yet?
just yet it's Bristleback is probably not going to get answered at all, and at some point Bristleback is going to become too strong to deal with
Hmm.
as it is to carry.
The
I
Dismember coming
do.
on down here. Tanner, he's still gonna continue to fight. Neb running for his life. He's gonna get brought down. Neb falls down. Fails. They try to respond. Tanner might be in trouble. Iki is gonna use all the Fury swipes and overpower charges and is gonna take him down. Meanwhile, the lasso is gonna connect and they're gonna drag down the dead body of Nick's assassin. Volition is gonna fall down to ads and it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. Oh, huge Solar Guardian coming in. The ashes are coming out. Zeus is gonna use his ult before he dies. So that could be Iggy dying, and that could be a very huge victory in terms of team fight for Team England. Now they're just trying to escape.
Yeah, so
Cook
that
all.
team fight was a lot more cleaner for England, and as you can see, even though they lost Tanner in the start of the fight,
Mhm,
they focused on lassoing the Nyx assassin, which is like the biggest problem in this current team
mhm.
fight because since Dawnbreaker
Or
does not have
rebound
the
and
BKB yet.
dispose being used on Crysen. They're gonna bite this support of Team England. I guess they'll take it. One extra charge to the flesh heap. Neb is probably going to be happy about it and continue to jungle. He is very close to his BKB, by the way. Just trying to
Yeah.
battle down on this Warlock.
So from that last fight, the biggest takeaway was that they lassoed the Nyx assassin, which then opens up the team fight for them to take it clean with Dawnbreaker. So as you could see, then
Hmm.
Zeus, even though he was quite alone, he just jumped in with the heavenly jump to slow everybody, and then they
Right.
used that as an opening for the Solar Guardian to come in and clean up from that point onwards.
And even in the most dead situation, the Zeus did get his ult off. So that was like a huge damage dealt, and your job is just done. So that got England the better of that team fight in that
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. So it's really important. The target priority has to be the next assassin. Now it's a little bit more simpler. They don't really have to focus him down because Symmetrical has BKB. But in that
Hmm.
fight, it was definitely the priority. They don't want Symmetrical to be cancelled before he comes to
Oh, look at this
there.
arcane rune. This Batrider is flying. He's looking to grab the Visage. The birds are going to be a bit of problem. He's going to be able to successfully land the lasso, and that's going to be a dead Visage. Cook is going to lose his life again to ads.
Meanwhile,
Oh,
Nyx assassin going on this dewarding mission,
he
he gets
does
the
get the
deward.
Deward. Oh, Tanner, he's here. He's going to be Spike Carapace, but can the Nyx Assassin run away? Volition in all kinds of trouble. The rebound isn't helpful. And this is going to be a disposed Batrider. Marcy, can he make it out alive? Died, running for his life. Tanner says no, chases him down to his death under the tier 3 towers. And the tier 2 tower is next on the list for Team England. Lightstruck, clean and crispy Dota coming from Team England. Is
Yeah.
there a chance for Wales to fight them back?
Uh, with the items I see right now on Iki, I don't think so. The items is definitely a greedy. I don't think they'll have enough
Do you
damage.
feel like at this point Ursa is just forced to have more status resistance so that he can sustain more in the fight because the damage is just not there? And maybe on the basis of sustain, they can try to fight and win these team fights. Oh, Pudge,
I
Neb,
I don't think so.
he's gonna be dismembering, but there's a huge Starbreaker and a Solar Guardian followed by the Zeus ult. This is going to be going from bad to worse for Wales. They lose the life of Neb. They try their best to save Marcy on the slither of HP is gonna escape. And it's going to be Cook. They'll be looking forward to die on the lowest of HP. He's gonna land the Impale. Nyx Assassin is still trying to make the saves. He's gonna be successful to stun the Bristleback, but no. Symmetrical just swipes down the hammer and makes Die fall to the knees of death. Cook, meanwhile, is trying to cut some creep waves. Man, that is a lot of chaos occurring
I
in
do
these
feel
team
like
fights.
a little bit of item progression has been uh, wrongly, I mean, incorrect in the side of Wales. But if they go for a more drag on the game till we have enough time to answer the Bristleback and the Dawnbreaker,
Yeah,
then
I
maybe they can win.
suppose. Right. So, what
The
I feel, considering everything you said, it should have been the
One of the good
way.
things for Wales is that Batrider didn't decide to go for a BKB yet,
Uh
so
huh.
that's something that's good for them.
So, the Spike Carapace
And
and
they,
impaled into an ability or chance to burst him down is still there.
yeah, so getting the Batrider out of the fight before the fight starts is something that they could definitely go for, and it does feel like Batrider is kind of going to the position where the Visage is right now,
Hmm.
and Pudge is kind of
Oh, another
leading them
arcane
back as
rune,
well.
Aether Lens. He might be looking to make a play if he gets the vision.
He's kind
No,
of
never
alone right
mind.
now, so maybe they can surround him.
Yeah.
Uh, Barra is definitely the kill to get from the side of Wales. So they should lean in on going for that. And if they can get it, then I do see hopes
Certainly,
of
certainly.
comeback.
There is backup and there is wraparound coming in. Although it's a tier 1 tower under which you would be having a Solar Guardian protection and TP backups. But look at this. Ads is in a position where
They
he
have a
does get
feeling
scouted.
that something is fishy over here.
Oh, this could be huge. Perhaps they get the blow on him. No, it's just not enough. That is too much damage. Dawnbreaker. Oh, the hook is gonna miss because of the casting duration of the Solar Guardian. And they're gonna drop a huge golem from the Warlock. Kryzen making huge plays in these team fights. He's gonna land the
They're
waves
almost
on
getting the
all of them.
Dawnbreaker though, but it's
Oh,
not
the
enough
Dawnbreaker very
damage.
close to death, but nah, he's gonna live. So unfortunate. Oh man. The Warlock first spell was just on point to get the damage dealing done. And I feel like Symmetrical is overly tanky. Not just because of the BKB, but the Starbreaker heal coming from the Luminosity and the spell immunity following through. It
And
just
that's
seems
just
like, yeah.
it's Dawnbreaker. Like it's
Yeah,
Dawnbreaker
it
in
is just
tournament.
Dawnbreaker, I must say. And right now,
Yeah.
Tanner is looking like a huge right-click damage unit on the map. Look at this guy. He's just hammering down this tier 2
Yes.
tower with his barbell.
Uh, he has Aegis, and they can probably go high ground with this. There's a
Uh-huh.
DD rune also spawning bottom.
Oh, Marcy
Battlefield is
jump.
probably gonna
The
spawn.
dispose is gonna be there on the Zeus. Maybe they can get this kill. No, the Spike Carapace is not gonna connect and is just delayed his death. But he makes sure he falls. Alright,
One
dispose
good thing
connecting.
going for Wales right now is that they can definitely drain the
Oh no,
mana
who gets
of.
latched on the Warlock and his 4 staff is not on point. He's probably gonna die to Ursa. Iggy is gonna finish him off. Iggy's gonna try to fight back, but
Good
Symmetrical is
Ursa.
gonna bother the Bristleback. He's getting right-clicked in phase. They're still trying to run away. Ursa, he's gonna fall down to just 2
No
right-clicks and
buyback on
Batrider's gonna
Ursa.
deal this.
Punch is also probably gonna die.
Oh, a huge impale coming in
It's really
from the
low, but he has
next, but
Aegis.
yeah, it's
Bad
still
Rider.
just 1 life you're taking away. Oh, but the heals come in and the lasso is on point. Die is not gonna
Symmetrical
be.
gets a triple. There's a buyback coming out. Maybe they can get some kills here, but then they're
Maybe they
focusing
can
different
get the Bristol
targets.
back, but it's only the Aegis once again. Symmetrical is on an ultra
With an
kill.
ultra
Maybe
kill and
this
a
is his
rampage,
rampage. Just
probably.
one more hit.
Goes for it.
Oh, he's
It's a
gonna get it.
rampage.
Unbelievable. This guy from DPC. Symmetrical is doing some magical plays. Bristleback is just showing it back to the Ursa. They're probably gonna just keep trading and tag teaming. They're fighting him and another Zeus Bolt, another Starbreaker. They're just gonna
And the
hammer down.
GG is called.
GG is gonna be called.
So this game is going
24k.
to go to the to England.
Yeah, England, as we discussed.
Yeah.
England are gonna take this game. It's only a BO1 and England are gonna be victorious over Wales.
Yeah, so that was Bear of a Storm. Not surprised. England was a really stacked team, and they had an amazing draft. They got Bristleback and Dawnbreaker. It was
They
one of
had a
the.
super tanky draft, let's be honest. They had a super tanky draft. The
It's not
sustain
only tanky
was.
that's the problem. It's also the fact that they had two of the strongest meta heroes right now,
Yeah.
Dawnbreaker and Bristleback, and knowing that there were not really a lot of answers from Wales to deal with those heroes. So generally, you have Nick's assassin was kind of in the right direction for the Dawnbreaker, but nothing really for Bristleback. And even though he was dying a little bit, his job was just to go in and like create chaos, which he was able to do. And once he got the Aegis, it was just over. So I do feel like, in my opinion, Symmetrical was the MVP for that game. And
Oh,
he did a
Symmetrical was
lot on.
definitely the MVP. Got a rampage to his name. The heals were on point. Even a dying Bristleback, who did have ages by the way, but he still didn't let him die. And then he ends up scoring a rampage at the bottom team fight. And
Yeah.
last but not least, I would say Team England did an amazing job of shutting down the potential answers that Wales had in their draft. Like, for example, they made sure that the Ursa is never able to touch the Roche pit. And even if he does use his enrage, there's some kind of dealing that they can do. For example, Zeus is just gonna run away. The Warlock was using the slow from third spell just fine, and Symmetrical was just healing everybody else. I mean, Luminosity and Starbreaker. It was
Yeah,
a bit of a storm, definitely.
couple of takeaways from that game. I feel like first I went for a different type of build, kind of like something diffusal
Diffusal.
or yeah, diffusal-ish into more fighting items. Maybe it was a little bit more winnable. I feel that the axe was kind of greedy, in an already kind of greedy
Certainly.
draft, so it didn't really work out. And he was fighting. It's not the point of him not fighting, but he didn't really have a big item to fight with. So, anyways, it's group stage, so Wales will have their shot again.
Right.
Against the
The
other
good
teams.
thing to look forward to is that even though it's a BO1, a best of one, you can have your place back in the groups with another victory. And this is just a game from a lot of series of games that you can potentially just turn the tides to. So I think Wales can figure their way out, especially after the match against one of the strongest teams of this tournament. And congratulations to Team England. Definitely the MVP belongs to Symmetrical from England. And if you want to add anything to this particular match which we have may missed out, because Diffusal on Ursa could have helped them catch the Batrider.
I don't think
They
it's
could-
only the Ursa though. Like there are definitely more things to cover. Flaws
Some
in-
few more
in-
skill
in-
points in the sidekick, maybe on the Marcy, stuff like that.
No, I don't think it was just skill points or like item decisions. It was also a little bit of the team play where if you notice that when I mentioned that they need to go on the Batrider, they did kind of circle around Batrider, but they took so long to engage that fight, and even then they actually got the Nyx on top of Batrider, got the Scarapace off, got the stun off, but there was no follow up.
But by the time
And-
England was able
Yeah.
to get their backup and their preparations to fight back in that team fight, is that
Exactly, but they were there in
Ah.
that area, and it should have happened like 15 seconds earlier.
right?
or it
15
should
or
have
20
happened.
seconds ago, that's when Batrider was in a bit of an unsafe position, or like
Yeah.
not having
So
the backup.
they should have been ready for like a burst on the Batrider, because it's never going to work if one person or two people go in, because there's a Dawnbreaker, so she's going to heal you. And there was another scenario where they almost killed the Dawnbreaker with Marcy, and there was no
Right.
course around. So a bit of a miscommunication, you could say, in that regard. But again, that's
First game.
basically it's a first game, so like it's not
Right.
that's not that big of a big deal. But what is a big of a deal is that we're gonna have the Dota Women's game from England versus Wales next, and I'm really super hyped for this because I know players from both teams, and
Right.
I'm happy to see them here, and I'm really excited to see
To be able to
who comes
watch
off
people that you have seen grow and prosper at this stage is something that is exciting, especially for you who has followed them since quite a long time. And your hype is just transferring over to me, so I'm gonna be looking forward to it as well. And let's have a wonderful game at the Dota 2 women's side, which is going to be between England and Wales women's team. So we'll be back with a short break. Thank you. Stay tuned.
Make you feel mine. Come on, let's let our mind and bodies intertwine.
Wanna hold me like you used to, but I keep saying we're done. Guess this meant more to you than I thought. I needed you just for fun. Ooh, I kinda like it, this game you play of catch and release. Ooh, I wanna try it, to let you come on closer to me. So I say, my mama told me not to lie to you, but I think that I'm hopeless. My mama told me to play nice with you, but I just can't seem to focus. You try to tell me that you need me, but that just feels like a place. You think you like me, but the real me ain't someone you'd wanna chase. Ooh, I kinda like it, this game you play of catch and release. Ooh, I wanna try it, to let you come on closer to me. So I say, my mama told me not to lie to you, but I think that I'm hopeless. My mama told me to play nice with you, but I just can't seem to focus. My mama told me not to lie to you, but I think that I'm hopeless. My mama told me to play nice with you, but I just can't seem to focus. I'm playing games in my head, trying to get your attention. All the words that you say, I get lost inside your inflections. I let you stay on my mind, taking up all of my focus. Am I just wasting my time? I know it's too good to ignore it. Oh, nah, 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 no, I can't let this go. Oh, nah, 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 no, waiting on you like I need it. Oh, nah, 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 no, I can't take it slow. Oh, nah, 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 no, ain't no way to stop this feeling. Think I'll lose my mind, loving you from silence. Honey, on my mind, open ocean eyes. The body's got of you, the way that I do. Honey, on my mind, wanna look at it come to life. The body's got of you, the way that I do. First drink of water for days, sun coming out of the storm, and exhale my troubles away. Soon as you walk in the door, and you see who I am in full color, you understand like no other. I take a swim in your mind, find what's been missing in my life. Oh, nah, 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 no, I can't let this go. Oh, nah, 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 no, waiting on you like I need it. Oh, nah, 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 no, I can't take it slow. Oh, nah, 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 no, ain't no way to stop this feeling. Think I'll lose my mind, somebody like you. Someone to belong, something to hold on to. Find a heart that feels like home. I just wanna find somebody like you, somebody like you, somebody like you. I just wanna find, 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 I just wanna find somebody like you. Hard to explain it. My heart is racing, and I can't take it anymore. I just want you around me, kissing me softly. Our bodies taking control. When you look at me, it's hard to breathe. It's ecstasy. The way you feel me, I have no control. When you're touching me, it's hard to leave. It feels so free. It's an awakening. Just don't let go.
now's the time to cross the line. Show me what's inside that soul, I'll let you feel mine. Come on, let's let our mind and bodies intertwine. Come on over if you wanna have a good time. No more playing around, but now's the time to cross the line. Show me what's inside that soul, I'll let you feel mine. Come on, let's let our mind and bodies intertwine.
Wanna hold me like you used to, but I keep saying we're done. Guess this meant more to you than I thought. I needed you just for fun. Ooh, I kinda like it, this game you play of catch and release. Ooh, I wanna try it, to let you come on closer to me. So I say, my mama told me not to lie to you, but I think that I'm hopeless. My mama told me to play nice with you, but I just can't seem to focus. wasting my time. I know it's too good to ignore it. Oh, nah, 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 no. I can't let this go. Oh, nah, 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 no. Waiting on you like I need it. Oh, nah, 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 no. I can't take it slow. Oh, nah, 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 no. Ain't no way to stop this feeling. Think I'll lose my mind. Loving you from silence. Honey, you're my mind. Open ocean eyes. Nobody's gonna love you the way that I do. Honey, you're my mind. One look and it come to life. Nobody's gonna love you the way that I do. First drink of water for days, sun coming out of the storm, and exhale my troubles away. Soon as you walk in the door, and you see who I am in full color, you understand like no other. I take a swim in your mind, find what's been missing in my life. Oh, nah, 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 no. I can't let this go. Oh, nah, 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 no. Waiting on you like I need it. Oh, nah, 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 no. I can't take it slow. Oh, nah, 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 no. Ain't no way to stop this feeling. Think I'll lose my mind. Loving you from silence. Honey, you're my mind. Open ocean eyes. Nobody's gonna love you the way that I do. Honey, you're my mind. One look and it come to life. Nobody's gonna love you the way that I do. I just wanna find, 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 I just wanna find somebody like you. I just wanna find somebody like you, somebody like you, somebody like you. I just wanna find somebody like you, somebody like you, somebody like you. Someone to belong, something to hold on to, find a heart that feels like home. I just wanna find somebody like you, somebody like you, somebody like you. I just wanna find, 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 I just wanna find somebody like you. Somebody like you. I just wanna find somebody like you, somebody like you, somebody like you. I just wanna find somebody like you, somebody like you, somebody like you. Someone to belong, something to hold on to, find a heart that
All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the Commonwealth Esports Championships Birmingham 2022. We have the Dota 2 match cracking in between England and Wales women's team. So on this side of England, it's going to be Belmiku drafting for Team England, and Wales Song 45 is going to be drafting for that team. They have chosen to play for the Radiant side, whereas England is going to be playing on the Dire side. Now, Lightstruck, who's joined here with me to cast this particular game, will fill in with the draft. Lightstruck, what do you think about these bans and picks coming in the first phase?
Right, so we see a Dawnbreaker and a Shadow Shaman being picked up. Dawnbreaker, as we saw last game, was one of the biggest factors of victory, and I feel like this hero is completely broken. An interesting answer to that is the Death Prophet, as this is kind of a good answer to Dawnbreaker. It provides silence, it provides the Spirit Siphon, which kind of deals with the tankiness, and it also provides with the Shard a fear, and it's quite tanky herself. So she goes in, she kind of deals with towers and stuff. Not
Right.
really a counter pick, but in the sense, it's still a decent hero to have against the Dawnbreaker, and it's kind of an answer. It kind of sets the pace of the game, and even if it's a support sort of a hero on the side for England, it does definitely give you a good laning stage, and it gives you exorcism, which helps you take towers. Similar kind of thing is picked up by Wales as well, where they go for the Shadow Shaman, and that provides you with a lot of control and a lot of lockdown, and it also gives you tower push. You
Right.
go back
So
to
it's a bit of a Roche potential for both the teams because of their ultimates, Death Prophet and Shadow Shaman, as well as the sieging. Whereas
yeah.
the sustain part is, yeah, Dawnbreaker, like you said, is definitely broken. Uh, and let's talk a little bit about the second phase ban. The Templar Assassin seems to be like a personal ban against Ruby because she loves that hero so much, and it's a strong hero, right, to deal with a lot of physical damage. So they're just trying to neutralize their ability to chip down on buildings and like flash farm and everything. But yeah, Bristleback ban, that's a bit of a self-justified ban in itself. Definitely a super powerful S tier hero in this patch. What do you think about the Crystal Maiden ban? Is there some root hero which would have some problems otherwise with the Frostbite, which is why
I
they
think
banned CM? Or can you fill us with that?
CM is one of the best supports in this patch. Even though it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't get picked a lot, it gets banned a lot. The
Oh,
reason to that is it deals with zoo heroes. So like anything with the summon or stuff like that, CM is very good against those kind of
I
heroes in laning
see.
stage, because it does more duration and hence more damage to summons, because they're creeps, and Frostbite works larger duration against creeps.
I
So
see.
so Crystal Maiden
And
is really good in that aspect.
that's a bit fair to justify like everything like these team would have if Crystal Maiden was picked. So everything that Shadow Shaman and Dawnbreaker does, they can spam more spells, and they can just like have this extra bit of setup and slow is
Yeah,
what you're justifying. All right. And one thing
the mana
to
definitely does help.
right.
It does make it a little bit more better to have. Like it's better than not having it for sure. It's not the only reason why you pick CM though. CM is kind of a lane bully. Uh,
Lane bully, right? And a
yeah,
bit of a pull camp nuisance. Like you just steal the creeps instead with the Crystal Nova, so that's like a bit of pseudo bullying as well. But yeah, they instead pick up the apparition, Veils that is, and an interesting bit of piece that I see here is Team England is taking some time. Miko is just thinking what are they going to try to play around with. And yeah, Ancient Apparition, this is looking scary for the Death Prophet. So now England has to be a bit of worried on the sustain part, because this alt Ice Blast is going to be a bit of problems with those disables like Shadow Shaman and Dawnbreaker, don't you think?
Yeah, I do think that the disables are kind of going to be a problem for England, but I can see an an offline pick right now. What does come to mind is okay. They go for the Lich, which is I assume the other four, and they go for the Faceless Void. An interesting pick because I am not sure if you can like rewind the HP if you get ice blasted. 'Cause,
Oh no, you can't. Like you get
yeah,
connected with Ice Blast, you just can't. But the fact that they pick up the Faceless Void themselves is a little bit of clean thing if you think, because they want to deny
Wales takes
them the
no
Faceless Void.
Wales takes no time in picking the Wraith King, which is the traditional counter to
Yeah,
Faceless Void.
that was pretty fast. And hey, I
Yeah,
come to think of it, Wraith King is looking really strong in the draft, don't you think, for Wales? Uh, even through the Frost Blast, the Chain, the Chronosphere, like yeah, that's a hero they need to deal well with. I also want to mention the Skeletons, and they do ban out Dragon Knight, which is like a huge sustain. So
I don't think so. I don't think Wraith King is having the perfect game over here. They if you
but
look
the
at
ability to
England's,
kite is still existing, yeah. The lurking factor
it's not
of
about the kite. It's more about England having really tanky heroes. That Prophet is amazingly tanky, and if she gets armor, she becomes another beast. And the Lich
Mhm.
provides armor, and
So you
Ogre
can use your
innately
Ice
has.
Blast on Death Prophet or else Faceless One. That's the type of play that they need to coordinate in team fights. Is the only thing England needs to like look forward to, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the jumps need to be a bit more crucial and careful. What do you think about Wales? Okay, wait a second. Sniper ban. That's definitely good. And one ban remaining for Wales. What is
Yeah.
the lacking hero which puts them in a great draft position?
Yeah. So uh, when I look at England's draft, I see already answers for what you want damage in Chrono with the Lich ulti and a little bit
Hmm.
of Death Prophet in it. I would look for a mid that also does that. And Zeus is
Oh,
definitely one of
that's
those
a good
heroes.
hero. Oh,
Definitely
that
one of
even
those
solves
heroes.
the problem of the push coming from the skeletons. Come to think of it, on top of towers. You know, I was wondering if they would pick something like a Timber Saw and put that Prophet at mid, but hey man, I like this Zeus. Like the Zeus paired with a Faceless Void and Ogre is
They go
looking
for the
decent.
they go for a last pick on Silencer, which is something that is quite unique. I haven't seen this hero in a really long time, so I think it's kind of a a comfort pick
You feel
for
like it's a
Song.
core silencer because they wouldn't pick it that late, right? Definitely a core silencer game.
Yeah, I could see a core silencer being sneaked into this draft, and it doesn't feel like a bad silencer game per se. Uh,
Hmm.
I do think that Zeus would have the advantage in the laning stage at least. Uh,
Certainly, same
that being
same thoughts here. And hey, a thing to note is that the damage which is coming out from the Death Prophet and the Faceless One is going to be a bit more. We should not forget the fact that Ogre's gonna be there to provide movement speed and attack speed buffs to these two heroes. So amplify that movement speed and attack speed in chrono, in team fights, in terms of farming, in terms of rotations. So yeah, let's just introduce quickly our players. It's going to be Gimmick handling the Death Prophet, Candle handling the Ogre Magi, Lich is gonna be handled by Lily, always changing. Ruby is gonna be taking care of the Faceless Void, and Belmiku is gonna be the mid Zeus for Team England. Uh, please provide us with the Wales players and heroes as well, Lightstruck, if you get the opportunity to do so.
okay. So the Wales team is going to be Song playing Silencer. Mrs. Nesbit is going to be playing Wraith King. and Nadia Rox is going to be playing Shadow Shaman, and Peachy Bell is going to be playing Dawnbreaker. Did I get that
And I
one?
suppose Kit was
And
handling the
yeah,
ancient
and
apparition, right?
Kit would be on Ancient Apparition. Yes.
All right. Okay, great. Now the
So,
match has turned up, and they're just quickly using the smoke to drop out the observer wards. Interesting pickup here from the side of Wales is that they're trying to wrap around, potentially looking for a first blood on this side of the map.
yeah, I do think they're wrapping around. They're gonna go get in some deep wards. Like we see, Ruby is quite aware of this rotation, and decides to not contest it at all. So they're gonna be getting at least 2 runes each, uh, as both teams are quite ready for either side. So it's gonna be a 2 for 2,
They're just
and
across each other on the side of map, so I guess they'll just avoid each other for now and grab the bounty runes and like just be done with the situation and proceed to the laning stage, isn't it?
yeah. So we see over here that it goes for 2 for 2, and
Mm-hmm.
now I think that Zeus should have the advantage in this lane. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
like it's gonna be silencer, like we said,
Right.
and silencer should be able to get a decent amount of last hits, but Zeus can definitely apply more pressure, and Silencer is going to be forced to buy a stick in that lane, and it's he can also farm camps. So the key to Silencer getting a good game this game is rotations, and
Rotations and the rune
yeah,
control, I believe. Yeah.
yeah. So he needs to go around the map and get as many kills and stack up that int to have a good game in this one, because it's definitely
Uh-huh.
a weird one. But that being said, it's not the craziest pick
Right.
I've seen.
And this feels a little bit sad at the bottom lane because Nadia Rocks decided to go for the shackles because they thought they would find somebody at the top lane, right? And
Yeah, it's not
you have
ideal to have
this,
shackles at level 1.
yeah,
You kind of want ether shock to secure the range creep, but they decided to go for the contest, and she picked the point early on, but that's fine.
yeah.
It's not the
So
end of the
it's
world
like
or
a
anything.
little bit of bullying is happening at bottom lane from Gimmick and the Ogre Magi from the side of England. And
Yeah,
top lane, it's going pretty evenly. Let's talk a little bit about last hits.
I
It's
think
going,
it's no surprise that Zeus is leading in this.
mhm, yeah.
This is
Oh,
definitely
Nadia
his
Rocks is
favorite.
falling down to quite a lot of low HP. You might want to get the D ward before dying. She does not have the movement speed edge against this ogre who's just right clicking. One more right click should do it. Is she gonna stop? Oh, she's gonna shackle and heal herself. And the fire blast
Gonna
is not
make
gonna
Aaron
connect.
work for it, but it's probably gonna keep her quite low HP. Not enough to kill, but it's gonna. I would consider that like better than a kill, because it's gonna keep
Ah,
her inside like a safe range for a really long time, not able to
it's like
contest
the
on.
type of torture that you would rather dish out than finishing off somebody because you know that is just making your situation easier in the laning stage.
Or whatever makes you float, and both float.
Ah, yes.
uh,
I mean, certainly
so
she was lacking on the like at this point.
it's going to make her
Uh,
forced to buy a region more, and it's definitely going to keep them in a more disadvantage over
yeah, and
here. So
Miss
like we can
Nesbit
see,
is having troubles in her lane as well. So even she's forced to go through the same situation. I guess they are doing a great job at bottom lane, England that is. Gimmick is
yeah.
just spamming her Crypt Swarm on the Wraith King. Very close to. Oh, Dawnbreaker down to low HP. Might be dead. It's first blood. Lich is going to secure the first blood. Lily is gonna get the first blood. And Ruby is gonna right click down Kit. They're not gonna be able to get the Ancient Apparition, but it's definitely a first blood they claim, and that's Dawnbreaker that they deal with.
All right, so they stun on gimmick shackle, but it's Probably going to be Mrs. Netbit going down, and Gimmick also goes down. But I would take that if I'm the dead prophet. That's a much better trade, in my opinion.
Ah, well, at that point, you're just already dead, so might as well just die to the support and respawn with full HP, full mana, like you were discussing before, that it does make their boat float. So, kind of the region wars victory, you could say, with that trade. Like, after you get a core kill, definitely better than visiting the base. Oh,
Look, we look at
mid
Zeus
lane,
here, like going in. Doesn't have
Miku.
enough mana, but
The jump is completed, but the fact that she's silenced, it means there cannot be any more spell follow-up, unfortunately. So Silencer is gonna live, and bottom lane, Nadia Rocks is still gonna... Oh, she's gonna get sniped by the Crypt Swarm from Gimmick. That was pretty clever. She anticipated her moving into the trees and make sure she gets that kill.
yeah,
That was beautiful.
it was pretty good. The Crypt Storm coming out has completely caught her off guard and just walked into it. Pretty nice. Uh,
Really nice kill secure, and all the time, that fact that she was on low HP, low mana, it means the trip to base could be a bit of use and an extra amount of regen if she bought items for the Wraith King. And also, you were talking about mid lane. It's been a very good matchup for the Zeus indeed. Oh, they're
we look
jumping
at
at
bottom
bottom
lane
lane.
again.
Nesbit trying to stun. Ah, the
It's
Crypt
not
Swarm
gonna.
is gonna secure the kill. Karen Lil is gonna make sure that Wraith King's gonna get slowed. Mrs. Nesbit is going to fall. This bottom lane is not going well for Vale's team at the moment. Some kind of rotation from Song 45 is what they might need as help.
Yeah. So what you're looking to get is the power run timing. So it's about 20 seconds from now.
Hmm.
Uh, and this is one of the most crucial timings for the mid lane. As you
Hmm.
can see, both supports are rotating to secure each side of the rune,
Right.
and the silencer and Zeus both would like to have it.
Hmm.
Silencer kind of getting
Oh, they're trying to apply
surrounded
pressure
right
at
now.
mid. The rotation coming from Karen Lil, and it's going to be Belmiku just hopping. Zeusal gets thrown out. Thundergod's Wrath is gonna make sure that Song 45 falls down, and the rune spawned at top. Kid picked it up, Arcane Rune. It's gonna be a missed opportunity for grabbing the power rune. So it goes the way of Team England at mid lane.
Yeah, England is doing really well today, uh, like we saw in the last game as well. But in this game
Oh,
specifically,
cheeky pull completed over there at top lane by Lich. You saw the pull was just about to get completed, and then she just denied the pull by herself.
yeah. So now we're reaching to a point where Ruby is going to be level 6, and we can look at a chrono
Oh,
rotation as
bottom
well.
lane, there's
Exorcism
the
is coming
disable
out.
being thrown out, but the exorcism ghosts are gonna be the death of Nadia Rocks once again. Shadow Shaman. Just not enough damage to kill this Death Prophet that easily. And bottom lane just continues to be all sorts of problems. Oh, Ruby's gonna jump aggressively at top. Kid is probably gonna be dead. Yes, indeed. The time dilation was enough amount of slows combined with the Lich Frost Blast. Bottom lane, Gimmick just continuing to assert dominance in this side of the map.
She doesn't have exorcism to go now,
Hmm.
but it does definitely help that the siege creep is there.
Oh,
So
yes. Siege unit timing used perfectly at bottom lane by Gimmick. And the lane was going so well that Karen Lil was able to make the rotation, and even her rotation was successful at mid lane when she got the kill on the silencer. So all in all, it's looking to build up into a slow step-by-step lead for Team England, and Wales need to fight back with an answer. Surely will probably notice that when they have a better timing.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
yeah, so Gimmick and the Lich have been amazing in this game. They're constantly looking to pressurize whenever possible. They're not letting the enemies walk up to the
Mhm.
creeps and even come to last with them. So that's a really good uh, play style. I really love aggressive play styles. So what I'm trying to say is that by doing this, it kind of pressurizes the support as well to do something. And when they're really low HP because of the constant ogre uh, W spam, they can't really do much. And now we see here that Bell just walks in and kills the Raid King whilst farming, because that's the only place he can go to,
Hmm.
and it's really obvious for her. So she just walks up and kills him there.
Right.
Meanwhile, we see
Oh, another stun at bottom lane. Silence. The Shadow Shaman is looking to.
Radiant's bottom
Oh,
tower
he's just.
is under attack.
The Shadow Shaman. Unfortunately, Nadia Rocks is not having the best of
Radiant's
games.
bottom tower has fallen.
Definitely not the start you want to have. Especially the fact that she had the
Chrono
most
comes out,
deaths.
and A is probably gonna die. But there's some backup,
Or
and
the
there's Ruby's
rotation
in
from Song
trouble.
45.
That's a strange manner of conduct.
Not enough damage. But A was quite a lot tankier than Ruby thought she would be, and there was not a lot of follow up as well. So she kind of got surrounded by four heroes over there.
Hmm.
A bit unfortunate for England, but Wales will definitely take that, as that's a huge kill for them. Uh, that definitely puts
In a
Ruby a little bit
game where
behind.
their lead is slowly falling, it's definitely the faceless void that you want to kill, and they
Radiant's bottom
did
tower
manage to
is
get it
under
down. But
The
attack.
Gimmick,
exorcism comes out. Now they're going for the middle tower.
Radiant are fortified.
Uh, s- Glyph also is there, but this is kind of
Dire's top
a
tower is under attack.
wasted glyph, if you ask
Radiant's
me.
middle
Now
tower is
the
under
creeps are
attack.
coming in as well, so it's going to be a lot of damage to the tower if they don't answer with a response. And as you can see, the Faceless Void is now rotated to the bottom lane, so they have a
Dire's
siege
bottom
creep
tower
now,
is
and
under attack.
Exorcism
oh,
also is
now
kind
they
of running
use
out.
their own
Radiant's top tower is under
fortification, so
attack.
that's clever coming from Team England to
Radiant's middle
uh,
tower is under
make sure
attack.
that the sieging continues to be a bit of more impactful force. And yeah, you were right. At the same time, bottom lane, they had the rotation or the TP
Radiant's middle
completed for
tower is
Ruby, so
falling.
Ruby was able to get in position.
Dire's
Belmiku
bottom
is
tower
trying
is
to
under
look
attack.
forward, but she's out of mana. Are they gonna retreat?
Oh, they got the A on the Heavenly Jump
Ah, the
range for the slow.
multicast coming from the ogre is just make sure that Kit is going to fall to her death.
So Lich is looking to buy an Ether Lens, and Death Prophet's looking to get the Yules. Pretty
Hmm.
standard items. I really like Aether Lens on Lich because it gives you more range for Sinister Gaze, which is an amazing catch
Radiant are
ability,
scanning.
and it kind of disrupts the fights a lot, especially
Certainly
when an
want to
initiator.
throw those spells from a safe distance. Agreed.
Dire's middle
Yeah, I mean,
tower
it's not
is
only
under
about safe
attack.
distance; it's also about like the
Radiant's bottom
catch
tower is
distance that
under
you can get them
attack.
Oh,
from.
Zeus ult, it gets thrown out. Was that Ruby dying at bottom lane?
Yeah,
Oh,
Ruby got
unfortunate.
caught by the Dawnbreaker, so she's gonna go down. That's the second death of the game for her. A little bit unfortunate again, but it's definitely something that Wales wants to get
Hmm.
Top
into,
tower is under attack.
and it's giving them a much needed comeback into this game. So if they can get if they can get Death Profit, then the lead would look a lot more similar.
Radiant
But they're
structures
losing
are
out on
Correct.
towers, and they need to focus more on
Radiant's
protecting
top
during the
tower is
siege
under
creep
attack.
And I must
timings.
say, the way they protect the siege unit and they take these tier 1 towers down. But look at this, the Shadow Shaman Serpent Wards have been thrown out. Are they gonna be able to catch anybody? They do. The swipe and the Starbreaker is gonna connect. But is this enough damage? The Global Silence, this might keep the Dawnbreaker a little bit alive for the rest of the time. But no comes the Heavenly Jump. And this is gonna be a follow-up on Ancient Apparition. 3 dead.
Dire's
Serpent Wards
bottom
thrown
tower
out.
is under
Looks
attack.
like a dead tower followed with the dead heroes. They might continue to siege at top lane again. Lightrock Dota, what do you think about this top fight?
Yeah, so I think that
Radiant's middle
the
tower is under attack.
Wales team definitely took a chance over there on taking a fight in a more disadvantaged position, try to protect the tower.
Hmm.
But they didn't realize that everybody was there and everybody was rotating in. So definitely
Radiant's top
bought some
tower is
time,
under
but
attack.
in the meantime, Raid King has been farming somewhere on the map.
Uh-huh.
So it's a little bit easier. It's unfortunate that Song is also dying and not really getting much out of it.
Right.
So that's very unfortunate, and
I
They
suppose
need
the
to.
top fight could have been better if Kit had her ult. Then the burst potential was there, even in the global
Yeah,
silence
the thing
followed.
is that she's still level 5, and it's
Hmm.
probably the tome has been taken by somebody else. So there's not much you can do about that. So situations, you just have to give Kit a lane where she can get that. But right now, since the lanes are so pushed in by everybody, and they're so heavy on pushing on the side of England, that
Hmm.
it's really hard to give a support a lane, and especially a support like A that doesn't really wave clear as well. So like we see
Oh,
here,
look
the
at this.
Shadow
The
Shaman
heavenly
got.
jump at mid. The shackles are gonna
That's a
connect, but
huge
could
kill
this
if they
be
can
a
get it.
demise? Ah, Belmikushi is going to fall down. This is unfortunate. She thought the Shadow Shaman was alone. Well, there was backup, and the backup was lurking from the big bad Dawnbreaker.
That was a huge kill for the side of Wales, and
It is.
as you, uh, and Shadow Shaman catching her off guard before getting bursted down is amazing because like most of the team is in that mid lane right now, kind of together. So and any sort of catch will lead to a kill, especially a kill like Zeus, who kind of used his escape ability to jump in. So there's not a lot of escape left. And Zeus, one of Zeus's biggest weaknesses is that he lacks a way to get out.
So
Now
if your
that is
off
kind of solved,
position or heavenly jump is like on CD, you are
you're just
most
regular Zeus at
susceptible
that point.
to.
Yeah,
Right,
you're
got it.
yeah, you're just Zeus, and you're just a glass cannon. So if you do get caught with your heavenly jump and cooldown, then that's just how Zeus was before, and before Zeus was on really a
Okay,
lot of
so
big.
off cool. Oh, this is looking like a solar guardian rotations. The global silence is gonna be there. They continue to make the life of position one of England, Ruby, that is, from difficult to quite an adversary. And Wales, they have been finding her non-stop. They have been making sure that they find a way to come back. So that was like huge. But at the same time, England is gonna start sieging with the. Oh, look at this!
They
The
do
ice
have the
blast.
Yules. The Yules kind of saves her from the ice blast. That's going to be very good. But the Shadow Shaman wards are in a very awkward spot right now. So
Oh, I mean, they
that's
did
kind of a
manage to
waste.
stop the sieging, but would have
I
been
feel
really
like
the trade.
Dyer is probably just gonna wait out for now and
Hmm.
just wait out those wards right now. Control the
Uh-huh.
area, and if somebody steps up, then they're just gonna kill them again and move from that point onwards. So like you can see, they see putting the lich armor on one of the creeps, so that it's gonna force them to keep in that area, and then they're gonna see if any stragglers are on the sides. Like right now, Gimmick kind of spots the Shadow Shaman, so they know that they're kind of separated at this point. And Ruby feels a lot more comfortable to go in the middle lane, and now she's gonna clear that wave and go to the jungle and make an
Right.
entire. Once she finishes that, she's gonna do the ancients and then move to the top lane because that's kind of like a pattern going right now. And
So Ruby has been getting the farm, but the fact that she has been getting picked off is the only part she needs to work a little bit
it
upon,
does seem
because
like they're
then the
looking to
team
get
fights
get a
become.
smoke rotation on the side of
Oh.
England right now. Uh, yeah, and they're gonna find a little
Even
bit
though
of a
Exo is
straggle
off
aware
CD, they
just
are
to.
gonna use the chrono, I suppose. Oh my goodness, the centaur hoof stomp is gonna stun Ruby again. The ancient apparition ice blast is off mark, but this could be bad. They have completed the chrono landing on ancient apparition. This is going to be Kid dying. Mrs. Nesbit still retreating. Dawnbreaker, he's gonna launch the Solar Guardian, but the damage is too much from the magical spells. It's quite a lot, and that takes down 3, even takes out the ult of Wraith King Reincarnation forced out. Nesbit still in trouble. The rotation, the slow coming from Belmiku on the heavenly jump is gonna mean 5 dead heroes for Wales.
But they managed to get Zeus
Yes, they
with the
managed to get
skeletons.
Zeus, Ruby's block, and they're tipping their own teammate. They're just having some fun, aren't they? The ladies, they're enjoying this this brawl fest.
Yeah, I mean
The
that was just taking advantage of your big lead. Like right now, they're on a 9K lead, and
Mhm.
Gaben says that 91% chance of winning. So
6 to 20 is quite a lot at 18th minute with a 9k lead.
yeah, but I don't think kills matter that much in this meta. It's more of the farm network
The
that does
structural
matter. And
damage with the farm and the
yeah,
spell
it
usage.
does feel like they have a lot more control over the map, and that's a good thing. So uh, they're gonna use that to now get
Hmm.
the outpost as well, and completely take control of that jungle. That's gonna keep the Raid King out of the jungle even more than she has been all this while, and it's going to force her into only the triangle at this point. So that's going to be a very obvious location to find the Red King, or in the opposite jungle. And after this tower is taken, it's not going to be very hard for them to then just go to that place and
And they
find the Red
decide to
King.
make a smoke play of themselves, considering that they need to land a hit back into the game
They're
against
looking to
England.
find Ruby because they're thinking Ruby would be in this place again,
And
and
the
they're
chrono is
not
on
quite
cooldown
far
along
off.
with that, so
They will find
true.
her now in the middle lane,
Oh, they
using
saw
her
her farming that
shard.
creep wave. Are they gonna
Yeah,
rotate though?
there's a regen rune that she spotted, and
Oh, she's in a very safe spot, don't you think? Beside that tier 1 mid tower. So that's like a bit of too much dive. Certainly
so
backup comes in.
kind of a wasted smoke for the side of Wales. But in the meantime, like Gimmick has just been right clicking down this tower, and it's gonna fall now. So that's a that's a big problem
That's
for
a big tower, a tier 2 tower taken at bottom lane.
double
Uh,
damage though for Wales if they can pick it up.
oh, the TPs, they're trying to defend this tower. They might be able to find a
Shadow.
kill. Shadow Shaman is gonna fall. Nadia Rocks is unfortunately gonna fall down to a death.
They
But
do
she
get
does
they
manage to
get
take mid tower, right?
yeah, they get the tower with the Shadow Shaman wards. Although, what happened to the double damage? You see who picked it up?
Yeah, I saw the double damage getting bottled from the silencer.
It's not really going well for the silencer right now. They have some gimmick plays where they can
Oh,
silence
look at
the.
this, the wraparound. Maybe they can find them using the scan. The scan does not connect, but they know silencer is somewhere, and she's gonna be
Trying to
able to
DP out.
TP. Okay, well done there by Song 45. She was very much aware of this rotation.
So that's gonna keep her a little bit, but Lily's courier dies and has a lot of items on it, a lot of
Oh my
wards and
goodness, quite a lot of
home
vision.
as well, and even some TPs and smokes. So that's
Uh-huh.
gonna keep her a little
The
bit in an
utility items
awkward
are just
position.
gone for 2 minutes at least.
Gonna keep her in a little bit of an awkward situation. So they're gonna just take this tower, maybe go for Roche next, and clean out this game. Like uh, pretty much like the last one, where the Roche is kind of like the decider
The
in the
decider
game.
for
Yeah,
this game, okay. Oh yeah,
yeah.
light strike.
For England,
That interesting
not
observer
Wales
what
would need a lot more than just one Roche to win this
there's an
game.
interesting observer what that Wales did drop when they used the smoke, and they could be flanking the Roche or like using a smoke to find some better kills later in the game. There's this deep ward which they planted on the map, and I feel like they should try to use the global silence and the solar guardian around that vision. Uh,
That word is specifically put to find Ruby, and
oh, the
oh, Ruby
TP is
gets
gonna get
bashed. So
cancelled by
that
the bash. Oh, this is unfortunate, and there is another bash. Lot of HP lost.
Alright, so they're gonna do it as a team now. All of the armor spells and the bloodlust and everything comes out now. So Karen is gonna tank it, and
Candle has just been assigned to tank a little bit of HP, but yeah, they are gonna get this Roshan.
again
Oh,
trying to
gimmick.
find the Death Prophet here. Not successful. She'll be able to juke it out, and
Ah,
you're gonna pick
that's
up
a
Roche on
solar.
Ruby now.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a
so
solar guardian wasted, and an Aegis picked up, and an exorcism and chrono available, along with all the teamfight spells. This is looking very good for England, considering the cooldown for Wales is off timing for them.
Raid King does pick up a Blink Dagger, so he'll be able to close the gap a lot more easier. I don't know if what their build completely is right now, uh, but it's not looking very well for them right now. They need a lot more than just mobility at this point.
So they're just gonna gimmick do her thing with the spirits and the sieging. They even give her that armor. She's
It
just
is
gonna.
it is a gimmick that it's the Death Prophet gimmick. Oh,
Oh
the
my
A
goodness, the
blast, if
ancient
that connects,
apparition
then it's going to be
ult.
a little bit of a problem. The Yules
The
also, and
Yules is gonna
that'll be a
buy her some
death
time.
prophet. Meanwhile, even Ruby
Oh,
gets caught by the
they get the
hex.
hex on Ruby, and the
Nadia
TP
starts
attempted
channeling
by
TP.
Nadia is gonna
I
be
think that
there.
was a bit of a misclick, but it, maybe they can catch Ruby again.
It
Under
really looked
God's
like
wrath
one of
comes
the
in.
biggest debates, but then they get the Zeus ult off. They're gonna kill down Nadia, who's gonna die down to the Lich Frost Blast, and oh man. Although the Aegis was used up and the Chrono was on CD, I still suppose without the gimmick they don't have the sieging potential with these heroes.
Yeah, no, the sieging potential kind of goes down the drain once Death Prophet is dead. Uh, but they're gonna look out for
Or
it
the
next
double
time.
damage on Faceless Void.
Oh, gets stunned, but that is not gonna
There could be a
connect,
time
and
dilation and the
Ichibella's gonna
pull.
die.
Dawnbreaker is just dead. Melts to the magical damage and the time
The
dilation
DD on Ruby is
slows.
gonna definitely help to clean out these racks. They're gonna clean out these racks and maybe go for a different tower now. They go for the top lane.
In a sense, do you feel like the jump from the Wraith King needs to be first so that the Ancient Apparition ult and the Global Silence could be followed better? Is what I
No,
feel.
I don't think so. I kind of feel like
But then
they
the
need to
damage is
exploit a
lacking.
lot more. They need to exploit the AA blast the most. If AA blast connects, then you just all in on that person, and they can die. Definitely, there's no healing coming out at that point.
True
So
that.
like they did with Dead Prophet being a little bit cocky on the tower over there, taking a
Correct,
lot of
correct.
damage, and once the A blast did connect, it kind of just secured that she's gonna die regardless. So
So it,
that's what you need to do for basically every core possible. Kind of exploit the mistakes that England makes, and you can uh, then come back into this game. And a few things they are looking to smoke in.
uh-huh.
They know that England is a little bit separated because of the war they had before,
Oh,
which
Lightstruck, I sorry to interrupt, but yeah, England just had to back off because the side lanes were not pushed in their favor. So that's
yeah,
the only reason they did back off, and that's the only opportunity I feel like Wales is having to like try and make a little bit of on the map.
they're not gonna make a move on the map now. They're gonna just secure their jungle. They need a lot more than just finding somebody. Because if they find the whole team, then that's pretty much game. So they're gonna secure the map, secure back the jungle, have some
Uh-huh.
farming space for Song and Wraith King because they're quite underfarmed right now, as you can see on the network chart.
Oh yeah, the network chart is just all Team England's women's leading on the charts. Ruby
Yeah, it's
in
all
particular.
cores of England and then all cores of Wales. So Tetrov is going to pick up a Kaya and she's going to go for the Kaya Suns just like the Zeus did. I really like this item. I feel like this item gives you a lot more tankiness, it gives you a lot more mana, uh, more freedom to use your spells, and their profit definitely benefits from this a lot. Gives you a little bit of healing amp as well, I believe.
Yeah, the healing amp is like the biggest deal when it comes down to the spirit siphon and exorcism usage.
Yeah.
Definitely
I'd like to see
amazing.
her pick up the shard after that.
The
It's pretty
shard,
much close.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we don't have the opportunity to see the shard coming in because the way
As we can
these.
see, like they just go, they press exorcism and it's pretty much a dead tower. This Shadow Shaman wards have only been used defensively in this game, and it's this time it was quite late, so they're just gonna go to a different side of the map with this exorcism maybe before it ends, and I don't think they're gonna reach. So she just decides to farm some creeps instead with it.
Yeah, in a sense, you might be able to accept the fact that, when Wales have the opportunity to pressure one of the side lanes. For example, I see they are all in the base together, and that's how much they understand that they need to be around each other. But if there is no pressure applied on one of the
I don't think
side
they have a
lanes,
choice in that regard where they can just go around. Uh, England has done a pretty good job at choking them inside. And
Yeah, the map is just dark and darker for
it's
Team
not only dark;
Wales.
it's also really small for them. They can't really just go out because they're going out is right now kind of a death sentence.
Hmm.
It, it's not only about the vision, but also the fact that they're not strong enough to take any fights. So they have to be very careful. And right now, the farm is going to get split between 5 people instead of just giving the cores to farm stuff. And the XP is also going to be split a lot.
Yeah, at
So
this point, Wales have just lot like just lost a lot of resources on the map, and the only thing they can do is a miracle team fight in which they pull off like at least 2 core kills from England without using buybacks or a condition like uh, wasting their spells or something like that, because that would probably put them in a position to push the
what
mid
I
wave.
think England is waiting for is probably the Roshan or some sort of misstep from Wales to get a
Mhm.
pick off, and then they go for racks, or they're just gonna wait for Roshan for a while. We're just gonna spawn in 1 minute, and oh, they can see over here maybe. You
Yeah,
see,
Roche is up for the taking within a minute as soon as anybody steps into the pit. And I also see that Ruby has picked up an Aghanim shard, so her time walk range is just scarier for the supports of Team Wales. Also,
it
I
also
see
means that
Gimmick.
she can come back from where she jumped.
Oh
So
yeah,
psychic
the
headband
ability to
pickup by
just
Zeus
play
is
some.
amazing because it also gives you a lot more in damage, and it also gives you so much cast range. And if Zeus gets jumped, it just pushes you back.
Oh, they
So
just use a Thunder God's Wrath for scouting, I
they're gonna
suppose.
scout out the Dawnbreaker, but nobody's gonna go to her for now. She might be scared still to just get out of that lane.
Yeah,
Seems
in
to take
fact,
one
let's
wave
give
more.
credit to Ruby because she is cutting a creep wave, just as Dawnbreaker is cutting one wave at top lane, and mid wave is being pushed in. So Ruby's just hammering down this tower at bottom, and she's gonna take the range racks herself.
Kind of a rat play, but it's working because right now uh, the dire team is quite strong. They do realize it now, and they're going to be going in. But Ruby gets in Chrono on top of the 2 towers and Song, so that's Silencer dead, and Kid is going to get
Silencer
out because of the
gone and
Glimmer
a
Cave.
buyback forced out.
But Ruby's going to run into the Shaman. Gonna dodge him. Okay.
Okay, the time walk is
Lich ulti comes
successful. In
out.
fact, Shadow Shaman is low on HP, might want to rethink that decision. He's gonna get taken down. Silencer is gonna start right clicking and kill the Lich. This looks like 3 dead for England, and a buyback was used from Song. So they might be able to get Gimmick. May have been just the team fight that they were looking for, and it might be time for them to push because Chrono is on cooldown as well.
Yeah, so that was a really good fight
Hmm.
for Wales, because not only did they get a good ice blast in and completely capitalize on the squishier supports and the squishier heroes. Uh, Ruby was not part of that, and the buyback coming out from the silencer definitely gave them the edge. So Ruby had to back off with the BKB and the silence as well. So while she was retreating, they decided to kill the entire team, which worked out really well for them. Uh,
Yeah, and we just realized how important Gimmick has been when it comes to pushing, because all Ruby was able to take down by herself was a range Rax. Like, okay, that doesn't heal itself, but when it comes to team fight, after you use a Chronosphere, if the opponent uses a buyback, you're simply forced to back off because BKB and Chrono are your power spikes. And of course, dead teammates, meaning the opponent can just spin you down or run at you. But hey, Roche is up for the taking. Ruby, she's gonna discover this
and this is
big
going to be the
bad boy.
second Roche, so it's going to be a free shard. I hope that goes to the Death Prophet. Uh,
Oh yes,
yeah,
I think
they're
so.
gonna be
It's
able to
looking
take
good
this.
on.
It's not gonna be the fastest Roche ever, but it's gonna be in a decent pace. BKB gets picked up by Rating. That's a huge pickup. That means they're gonna be able to contest
But
this,
they're
and
gonna
Nadia
try to
kind of
contest
knows as
this.
well. They throw in the hammer. They see it, and Ruby jumps in, tries to kill them off. Nimbus is there to cancel. It's a good ice blast, but it's not gonna be enough. And Song needs to retreat because she has no buyback.
Oh, this
He
is
is gonna
bad.
fall.
The ancient apparition gets taken down. Silencer is gonna run for a life, die back on the Silencer, and it's going to be 5 dead for Team Wales. And England, they just abandon the Roche. They just instantly start walking mid. As soon as they see
All
3
the buybacks
buybacks,
are
they're
coming
gonna
up.
pop the Exorcism. They're not gonna leave this base without taking any structures down, are they? And
No,
they
it's just the supports and the Dawnbreaker. So
a
right
time
now,
walk in,
both
a
cores,
huge chronosphere coming from Ruby, and it's gonna catch 2. The heroes who bought back are dead, and it's all 5.
everybody's dead. And it does look like it's gonna be GG, and GG has been called.
GG has been called. Truly, it's just a bit
England
of
will take this series. Yes,
so
England is gonna
England's
take this
gonna win.
series,
Yeah,
and some
it's
love being shown.
there is some respect and love being shown between the teams. I suppose they're really good friends among each other, and they're just happy to play against each other.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Uh, I liked the draft from the Dire side as well, and it did feel like they made all the right decisions on the push and choking out the enemy team as well. And there was a few good fights, especially the last one. The decision from abandoning the Roche and then just noticing that the enemy team is out of position, so you go and kill them all instead, and they're forced into this point where they have to either fight or run back, and it's kind of a panic moment where some people
It's
try
like
to
one of
TP
those
out.
last team fights where they just realize, like, oh, okay, you know what, we got all 5 of you guys, and few of the heroes probably don't have buyback. Silencer being one of the obvious ones, which
Science
was
and
known
Red King
to
both
England.
did not have buyback, and they got caught out, which was the biggest problem for Wales over there. But that wasn't one of the only problems they had. It mostly began from the laning stage, but really good laning stage showing from England, and I hope to see them go further in the tournament.
Yeah, further in the tournament, England is definitely looking like a force, not only for the open team, but for the women's team. They have been objectively very accurate when it comes to which targets, which structures to hammer down and kill or destroy. So, congratulations to Team England, and Wales might have a shot back again when they would be facing the other teams from the group stage. So, that would be me and Lightstruck casting the 2 games for today. And Lightstruck, was there anything that we missed out from the previous game that you'd like to give us more insight about to the viewers?
So I do want to mention that Wales is not out. So they this I believe would be their hardest opponents to face. So that being said, I do feel like they will be in the playoffs. Only one team gets eliminated from the women's Dota 2. So I think we will see them in the playoffs for sure, and they would probably face off against England later on again, and I hope to see them do well. So that's my thoughts. I have said before that I believe that they are the dark horse of the tournament, and England definitely feels like the favorite team to win. So now that they
Certainly,
have the
and they
practice
did
in
display that
from
in the most emphatic fashion by their plays itself in the game against Wales. But Wales did show a lot of promising ability to fight back, and we'll just get to know more about this as the events unfold. And thank you, Lightstruck, for all that insight. Congratulations to England once again for winning. And yeah, I really love the wholesome message at the end of this particular women's match where they just mentioned that they really admire Ruby, who's like been doing a lot of things for women in terms of Dota 2
yeah, Ruby
itself
is a
at a
big
global
community
level.
figure, so not surprising there. A lot of
Not
people love
surprised at all.
Ruby,
In fact,
me included
moved.
as well, and we she's definitely done a lot for the women in the Dota scene. So yeah, it's not surprising to see when people appreciate that, and I'm really happy to see her succeed, and I want the other teams as well to have that happiness and reach to that level. So I'm really glad that this
Let's
tournament
just
is
be
happening.
honest. We are just grateful for this platform of Commonwealth Esports Championships to allow women to display this wonderful skill and lustering play style that they have, and they should be competing at the same levels as everybody else. And yeah, it was brilliant Dota. I mean the way they all just took the turn from the Roche pit to the ancient. It's just displaying of the fact that how objectively oriented and focused these teams are. So yeah, that was about it, and we'll be signing off. Thank you so much for watching us and joining us. That was Lightstruck Dota and me, Frozen Razor Axe Cogs. So see you next time. Bye bye. Take
Bye
care.
bye.